I'm your rich uncle. I want to see my family win. Follow my advice, and you'll be the rich uncle in your family.
What if I told you the biggest shift of money in human history is happening right now, and most people don't even see it coming? Over the next 2 decades, trillions of dollars will pass from older generations to younger ones. Homes, businesses, investments, all changing hands. But here's the real question. Will you be ready to receive it, or positioned to take advantage of it? In the next 30 seconds, we'll break down what this massive wealth transfer really means, and how you can make sure you're not left behind. Today, we will talk about the biggest wealth transfer in history. Are you ready? So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. A financial shift unlike anything before. The world is quietly entering one of the most significant economic transitions ever recorded. Over the next 20 to 30 years, tens of trillions of dollars are expected to move from older generations, primarily baby boomers, to younger generations like millennials and Gen Z. This phenomenon is often referred to as the biggest wealth transfer in history. It's not just about inheritance, it's about a complete reshaping of global financial power, investment patterns, and opportunities. While many people assume this wealth will simply pass down, the reality is far more complex and far more strategic. What is the wealth transfer and why is it happening? At its core, the wealth transfer is driven by demographics. Baby boomers, who accumulated significant wealth during decades of economic growth, rising real estate values, and expanding stock markets, are now aging. As they retire and eventually pass on their assets, their wealth will be distributed to heirs, charities, and institutions. Estimates suggest that over $70 trillion could change hands globally, with a large portion in developed economies like the United States and Europe. However, this isn't just about money sitting in bank accounts. The wealth includes real estate, stocks, retirement accounts, businesses, and even digital assets. This makes the transfer not only massive in size but also diverse in form, creating ripple effects across multiple industries. Who will benefit the most? While it may seem obvious that heirs will benefit the most, the reality is more nuanced. Not all wealth will be equally distributed. Families with strong financial literacy and planning will likely preserve and grow their wealth, while others may lose it due to poor decisions, taxes, or lack of preparation. Studies have shown that a significant portion of inherited wealth is lost within 2 generations due to mismanagement. Additionally, women are expected to control a larger share of wealth than ever before, as they tend to outlive men and increasingly inherit and manage family assets. This shift will influence spending habits, investment strategies, and even business trends. The role of real estate and investments. Real estate is expected to play a major role in this wealth transfer. Properties owned by older generations will either be inherited, sold, or redistributed, impacting housing markets worldwide. In some regions, this could lead to increased supply and potentially lower prices, while in others, demand may continue to rise due to population growth. Stock markets will also feel the impact. As wealth moves into younger hands, investment preferences may shift. Younger investors tend to favor technology, sustainability, and socially responsible investments. This could reshape entire sectors, pushing companies to adapt to new priorities. Challenges and risks in the transfer. Despite the opportunities, the wealth transfer comes with significant risks. One of the biggest challenges is taxation. In many countries, inheritance and estate taxes can reduce the amount of wealth passed on. Without proper planning, families may lose a large portion of their assets to taxes alone. Another challenge is financial illiteracy. Receiving a large sum of money without the knowledge to manage it can lead to poor decisions, overspending, or risky investments. Emotional factors also play a role. Sudden wealth can create stress, conflict within families, and even long-term financial instability if not handled wisely. The rise of financial planning and advisors. As the wealth transfer accelerates, the demand for financial advisors, estate planners, and wealth managers is growing rapidly. These professionals help families structure their assets, minimize taxes, and ensure a smooth transition. Tools like trusts, wills, and strategic gifting are becoming increasingly important in preserving wealth across generations. Technology is also playing a role, with digital platforms making it easier for individuals to track, manage, and invest their assets. This combination of traditional planning and modern tools is shaping a new era of wealth management. How you can prepare and take advantage. Being ready for this wealth transfer doesn't necessarily mean waiting for an inheritance. It means positioning yourself to benefit from the opportunities it creates. This could involve investing in growing sectors, improving your financial literacy, or building assets that will appreciate over time. If you expect to receive wealth, preparation is key. Understanding taxes, investment strategies, and long-term planning can make the difference between preserving wealth and losing it. If you don't expect an inheritance, there are still opportunities. Businesses, markets, and industries will shift, creating new ways to build wealth independently. The psychological side of wealth. Money isn't just financial, it's emotional and psychological. The sudden transfer of wealth can change relationships, lifestyles, and personal identity. Some individuals feel pressure to maintain or grow inherited wealth, while others may struggle with guilt or uncertainty. Preparing mentally and emotionally is just as important as preparing financially. A global perspective. While much of the discussion focuses on Western economies, the wealth transfer is a global phenomenon. Emerging markets are also experiencing shifts, though often at a different scale and pace. In countries with younger populations, the transfer may be less about inheritance and more about rapid wealth creation through entrepreneurship and technology. Cultural differences also play a role. In some societies, wealth is traditionally passed within families, while in others, philanthropy and charitable giving are more prominent. These variations will shape how the transfer unfolds worldwide. The future belongs to the prepared. The biggest wealth transfer in history is not just a financial event, it is a global turning point that will reshape ownership, opportunity, and power across generations. Whether you are ready or not, this shift is already in motion. Trillions of dollars are changing hands. But more importantly, financial control is shifting into new thinking, new habits, and new strategies. The real difference between those who benefit and those who don't will not simply be inheritance, it will be preparation. Understanding money, learning how to invest, protecting assets, and making informed decisions will matter far more than luck alone. At the same time, emotional readiness is just as important as financial knowledge, because sudden wealth without direction often disappears faster than it arrives. This moment in history is rare. Most people will only experience a transfer of this scale once in their lifetime, if at all. That means the choices made today about saving, investing, learning, and planning will directly shape who benefits tomorrow. The question is no longer whether this wealth transfer will happen. The question is simple and personal. When it arrives, will you be ready to use it? Or will you just watch it pass by?
All right, my future millionaires. That's a wrap for today. If you got some value from this, don't just sit on it. Hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more money-making secrets. Turn on those notifications because wealth waits for no one. Stay smart. Stay hungry. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's get rich.